and our special guest, Reverend Dr. Edmond Saki Brown.
Paint pen is better than a sharp brain. Whatever you write down several years back, you can go to refer to it. So you are giving people something that they have permanently with them, they can refer. So that's one reason I prefer that the spoken word should be decoded.
Heute wird ein besonderer Tag für uns alle und wir haben eine besondere Gast, eine Gottesmann, soll ich so sagen. Und der hat was Besonderes, der möchte was mit uns teilen, seine Leidenschaft, was er gerne mag, was er liebt, in Kombination mit seinem Dienst, den Herr ihm berufen habe.
Der Herr auch heute noch Wunder, Stunde um Stunde, Tag für Tag, Tag für Tag.
Personality, so I wanted to walk in a room with presence, and everything I had to say will be worth listening to. So I started not only losing weight, I started educating myself. I wanted to be the best in my field, an expert. I wanted to discipline my body. I'm in charge of you, my body. I'm keeping you active. I'm building my metabolism. I want to be mentally available, and I wanted to protect my peace of mind. So I had all of this. If you can.
Yes, hello, wonderful people out there. I greet you this evening. Depending on your location. Yes, it's Sunday, 5th September 2021. It is the day the Lord has really made, and we will be glad in it. Yes, you are all welcome to Grace Networking on our special edition of the program, the Panel Youth Talk. And as you know, today we got a very amazing package for you out there. We got wonderful ladies. I tell you, on our show, they are going to blow your mind. I tell you, they are really, really, really specially ready for tonight's program. All right. And before I proceed, I'm introducing my wonderful guests. I would want us to check something about our proud sponsors. Yes, Grace Network is a network group of young people across the globe. We have Asia, North America, Africa, Europe, UK, and then what have you. Of course, Europe is the headquarters, specifically Germany. Yes, I am your host for tonight's program, Sir Manuel Crazy. You can call me Manuel and I'll respond. Yes, sir. Okay, so our proudly sponsors for tonight's program, I got Fresh Manna Publication. Fresh Manna Publication is a Christian publication that deals with a lot of Christian books. Books for young people, books for married people, books for mentorship and empowerment. Everything that you need to know, you can really, come in contact with the author, Reverend Edmond Saki Brown in Germany. Yes, and then also I have, our another proudest sponsor is Higher Heights Deeper Depths. Higher Heights Deeper Depths. It's a Christian online blog that you can really find different news letters as far as Christian youth are concerned. It's really emphasizing on how people or young people can be able to go high, reach high, pursue high in all their aspect of their life. All right. And then also we have H&H Couture. H&H Couture is an online shopping clothes that is for kids and then adults. And so you can really contact the CEO, yes, by searching on your browser www.higherheight.de/fashion. www.higherheight.de/fashion. Yes, so that is by our proud responses. And now, before my guests come on board, let's quickly take our
This
proud.
program is sponsored by Fresh Manna Bookshop. Here you can get various type of Christian literature, such as books from Reverend Edmund Sagabra. H&H Couture is a Christian online shop. There you can get many Christian fashion wear for yourself and family and also loved ones, such as t-shirts, hoodies, and many more.
Okay, so wonderful people, welcome back. Yes, I tell you, this program promises to be exciting, amazing, and above all, motivating because I got wonderful ladies here. You might have known them. God been so good. They've been on our show for they've been on our show before, and today happens to be the second time to blow our minds. Yes, so wonderful people out there watching us in all your various social handles. Kindly follow us. Share the link. Share the link to all your friends and loved ones out there. Like, hey, the youth panel talk is on. The fire has set, and everything is set. Our guests are also set on Studio B. And right now, we're just going to Studio B all the way in Germany, Muham and the rear, and then we get connected to our wonderful guests. As you know, today we are dealing with how to empower the youth for community growth. I tell you, whenever you talk about the youth, there are a whole lot of things about the youth. One thing you got to know is that the youth is the bridge between the present and the future. In every country which has more youth workforce, you could really see that that country is really a living country. But when you find a country which has less youth as a workforce, you really see that that country is non-living. So just stay tuned, and people who are watching us in your various homes, yes, I will entreat you, kindly have patience and enjoy the show. Share it to other people as well. So now straight up to Studio B. Studio B is really, really ready. Let me have our wonderful guests. So yes. The first ladies, yeah. And then I get on. Okay. Wow. These two wonderful women, I tell you. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, good evening.
Wow.
Good
I
evening.
said it. I said that these women are really bringing something extraordinary. Even the first impression with some amazing smiles. It tells you that these people are really amazing and are really fearfully made for this program.
Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
so on top of my right, I have Pastor Amira. And Pastor Amira, you can
Hello.
do a very short introduction about
Yes.
you so
Hello.
people
Good
can see
evening.
who you are.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is, as you already heard, Pastor Amira Nanabwache. I'm the only wife of Minister Emmanuel Nanabwache. We are based in Berlin. And yeah, I'm very excited to be here for an amazing topic as this. So I'm looking forward.
Okay, so that is what we heard from Pastor Amira Nanabwache, looking amazingly.
Thank
Yes,
you.
she got motivated by the husband, Yes, Mr. Emmanuel is also behind her. Is supporting, so you can really see that. And I have, amazing dynamic. Wow, this woman, I'm here to see her face to face. I'm here to see her, and I strongly believe. Okay, so we have. I call her mama. I call her sister. I call her dear. I call her everything. So, Stella Viva, I mean, kindly let us hear from you a short introduction
That's
about you.
right. Good evening to your viewers, and thank you for having me for a second time. And our dear mom, you are welcome on this platform.
Thank you,
Let me do the
please.
one. My name is Stella Weber, and I'm from Ghana as well. I've been in Germany for a couple of years and have some kids. Does a lot of things, and I'm the founder and then CEO of the NGO called Lab from Africa, Mulheim and the Ruhr, and we also have one in Ghana as well, and we are doing the things that we can do to support our community.
Mm,
Wow.
amazing. Bravo.
So that's so amazing from my two wonderful ladies who have been a great motivating, tonight or this evening. Before we're gonna start our program, I want to put this what you call icebreaker or something across. So I want to ask Stella Viva, please, have you ever seen a young girl who is crying before?
Who is crying?
Yeah,
Of course, I've been crying since when I was very
not
young,
you,
so
not you.
not me
A
personal.
young girl who you've
Yes,
seen her crying.
yes, yes, please, I have.
Okay, and can you tell us the reason why that young girl was crying?
Well, I think it was back home when we went to Aguna Diakwa to do our project, and then there we
Okay.
were that we saw this young girl who was extremely crying, and we draw close to her, and we found out that well, there wasn't food at home.
There wasn't food at home.
Exactly.
Wow.
There wasn't food at home. The
There
mommy
wasn't
went to
food.
farm or the parents were not around. So what to eat was at that moment a bit difficult. And then when
Okay.
we went, yeah,
Mm. Okay, the icebreaker continued. So, Pastor Amira, I think Stella Viva nearly also I got some answers coming, but then it's an icebreaker. So, Pastor Amira, if you have gotten to meet or seen a little young girl who is crying, and then her reason is that there's no food, what would you do for such a young girl?
Wow. Okay, I think depending where we are in the country
Yeah.
where we are and where you find the young girl. So I have a school in Uganda which I opened together with the family. So you have seen those situations quite often. So yeah, I would go to where she is or get her food. Actually, the first instinct was to get food. That's the first
Get her food.
instinct. Get her
That is
food,
really,
yes.
really good.
Or depending
Not
where you are, if there's no food around, yeah, give her some
okay.
money. That's
Not
yeah, I
just
think that's what I
looking
would
at
do.
her and then tell
Yeah,
her choose goodbye.
9. No,
Okay, so yes, so my wonderful guests, I welcome you once again, and
thank you.
per the pattern of our program, um, Pastor Amira will be in Studio B for now,
Okay.
and she's gonna join us. Yes, after a
Yes.
few minutes. Yeah,
See both of
she's
you
not going
soon.
away. She's gonna join us. Okay, so okay, so I have a wonderful lady. You really look like a young person.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much. You know,
you look
whenever
young.
you be with, whenever you found yourself among youth, you become, young forever and
You
ever.
become
And
young.
exactly
Wow,
that's what
wow,
that's what had made me so, so beautiful and who I am, because I think they empowered me and I also empower them.
wow. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stella Viba, we thank God for such a program. This program is purposely for young people. So we call it the Youth Panel Talk for young
Hmm.
people, young adults, resource people who can able to have this opportunity to talk to us, share some ideas, and then to educate young people out there. And God being so good, you are one of the people who really can stand or can step into this foot, or this shoe, as far as talking about young people or the youth. All right. So today, how to empower the youth for community growth
Hmm.
is our topic. And first, I would want you to tell us who are the youth or who is a youth when we're talking about the youth. Who are the youth? So you can talk to us the next 2 minutes. Yeah, you can just flow. Who are the youths we are talking about? Okay.
Thank you so much for your question. But who are the youth? It depends on where you find yourself. In Africa, the youth, I think we have youth up to 25 years, and then in Europe, youth start from 13
Okay.
upwards. And who are the youth? The youth are the children that we brought to earth, who have come to that adolescent age, that we need to empower them to, become our future. And they are the people that I call the youth. So from 13 going up to, let me say, in Europe, let me say 20. Yeah, actually, when they get to 18, they say they are already matured, but it's not like that. It's not like that. They start from, from 13 going upwards, and then let me add the African to it, so up to, let me say, 25.
Yeah.
That's what the people that I call them youth.
Okay. So these are the people we can classify or describe
That's
them
right. That's
as
right.
youth.
That's right.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And then our next thing is we want to talk about youth empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to tackle a bit of what is empowerment.
What is youth empowerment? As a youth empowerment is all about, making them grow and developing their skills.
Okay.
That is what I would call youth empowerment. You help them grow and then also allow them to develop in their own skills.
In their own skills. Yes, I really like that keyword. I mean, to help them to grow and develop their
Hmm.
own skills,
That's right. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Yes, I really like it. And so I also um ask you that at what age were you empowered? I mean, were
Oh
you
my gosh.
empowered
Well,
as
it's at what age? I will just say maybe I had the opportunity to have a wonderful reverend minister as a pastor, as a mom.
okay,
My mom was a pastor for almost 42, 43 years, a Presbyterian pastor. So it was a bit easier for me to do what? To grab hold onto some things in the church. I started
Okay.
singing a bit earlier. I started doing things because actually, what I know is that pastor's daughter are always like, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, you don't have to that. But my parents did allow us to do a whole lot of things. So I started getting or being empowered a bit earlier.
Okay.
Exactly. I was allowed to do so many things. I was allowed to join the YPG, go out there, sing, do so many stuff. So if I really want to tell you, I don't really know the age because I started being empowered from my mom and dad, from some YPG members a bit earlier. So
Wow.
during that time, they thought like a bit older. They didn't know that actually I was the youngest, among them, because they were trying to
Okay.
push me and do a whole lot of stuff. So I got it a bit earlier, and that thing makes me know who I am in Christ. And then now let me switch into this place. I came to this country at the age of, let me say, roughly 19.
19. Okay.
Exactly. So that is where the whole challenges started. So now I can just base on that one. And then at that time, I did not got anybody around me. There wasn't anybody to empower me. I didn't know my left from my right. I was so confused. So that is when I stood and remember the word that my mom, the foundation that my mommy gave me whilst I was coming to this country. So
Wow.
that foundation was the one guiding me during all this difficult times. And I
Wow.
think that is when I started empowering myself.
Wow.
So that is how the whole thing started until I got to a point I knew that, okay, Stella, you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthened you.
Wow. Amazing.
So my empowering started a bit younger, and then traveling all together to those places, I became alone, and I needed to use the words and everything that I was given by my mom as a
Wow.
pastor. So I thank God. By the way, I thank God that as a young adult who just traveled by herself, I could just guide myself, guide my feet, add the Bible onto it, and try to lead a better life.
Wow.
But it
Wow.
wasn't that easy.
Wow. That's so amazing. So we have really heard from Stella Viva, the passionate woman. Yes, and about her pick on what youth empowerment means.
Mm,
Able to help young people to grow and then also develop on their skills. And she also made mention about how she was empowered at the younger age
mm.
and as she kept on growing. Yes. So this time around, we'll switch to Studio B and then I'll get on. Yes. Okay. So, Pastor Amira.
Yes, please.
Okay. You're looking wonderful again.
Thank you.
All right. And yeah, we are looking at youth empowerment.
hmm
So, I want to ask you, what is youth empowerment?
mm mm.
Yeah.
Well, so youth empowerment. I love also what Mrs. Stella said.
Stella
That is,
Viva. Okay.
yeah, Stella Viva, is that is to help them grow and to develop their own capabilities. And I would just add that to youth empowerment is for us to create an infrastructure for them in which they can grow, and in which they
Yeah.
can have the mindset that, yes, I can do all things, as Stella also said, and
Yeah.
believe that they can do it, that they should not despise themselves, but accept themselves in their youth and understand all the benefits that they have. And I would like to read the Bible verse, which was mentioned already, Philippians 4:13, from the
Okay.
Amplified Version, because I really love the definition here. It says, I have strength for all things in Christ who empowers me. right?
Okay.
And then I am ready for anything and equal to anything through Him who infuses inner strength into me. I am self sufficient in Christ's sufficiency.
Wow.
So I felt that is so on point regarding youth empowerment, because it's important to encourage them to that they accept themselves the way they are, and that they are all right at the age that they are to also do great things. Because in the world nowadays, we have many examples of young people creating global movements. So youth empowerment is to make them
Yeah.
understand I can achieve greater. There's no limit.
Wow. Wow.
Exactly. So for me, that's
Wow.
youth empowerment.
So wow, the point that you ended with is they can achieve greater, all right,
Yes.
because they have the young people have been empowered, and when they are empowered, it really give them direction, and that direction make them to achieve more and more and get greater on that. Wow, that's a very, very nice point. And I want to know, at what age were you empowered?
Okay. I was
Yeah.
born empowered.
Okay, you were born being empowered.
Well, yeah. So right from the age of 7, we started fasting at home. So we were
Okay.
already fasting, praying into the word, just like Mrs. Stella Viva, my parent. I'm also from a pastor's home. So my
Yeah.
mom and my dad are both pastors. And right from a young age, we were already pumped with the word of God, and that made me walk through life with a lot of self confidence. I had a lot of self
Self
confidence,
confidence.
which, yes,
Okay.
please. A lot of self confidence, whereby I wasn't afraid as a young person to approach anyone for anything at any time,
Wow.
strangers or people I know,
Wow.
based on the foundation that I received from home with the word of God, and also I would say, way our parents or my parents took me.
Yeah.
They always believed that, yeah, you can do it, do it.
You can do
so,
it. You can do
so
it.
do it,
Go and
yeah.
do it.
So
Do
they did
it.
not, exactly, they did not treat us like little children, let me put it that way, because we were like their friends, in
Wow.
this foreign country. And so we were their friends, so they talked to us about everything, so that's how I was empowered right at a very young age.
Empowered to do. Okay.
Yes, please.
So was just empowered by your parents? Was it enough for you? Was it enough?
Um, till a certain point, yes, because the way they empowered me made me also created a certain kind of picture of me in the society. I had a certain image.
Okay.
So people were always giving me the feedback that, oh, yes, you can, because they believed I could, because of the way I appeared, the way I behaved, the way I was talking, doing my things. So automatically, the words that the people in my circle were talking to me were empowering me more and more and more, because they used to believe in me due to the fact of how I presented myself.
Okay. That is really, really good. I'm from Pastor Amira. Okay, so yes, let me now move to Studio B and let's see. Okay. um so Stella, we are still on the program about youth empowerment. And this point, you know that if the youth can be empowered, it means they need people to empower them. What I will call them like leaders. You need a leader to empower you, to tell you do this or do that. And so we would like to check something about what are some of the qualities Okay, before then, let's talk about what does the Bible say about fountain of youth? The fountain of youth in reference from Psalm 103, verse 5. If Pastor Amira will take it, and
Okay,
then
I'll just read it. I'm reading from
okay,
the New King James, and it says that who satisfies your mouth with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles.
okay,
So the fountain of youth, number one, is God.
it's God.
God,
Okay,
the Holy Spirit, because He's the one who will renew your strength like your youth like that of an eagle's, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So, and if you look at that aspect now, what is the fountain of youth, or what is youth? If and why did God take the eagle to compare it? Now, the eagle is a very unique bird, and he
yeah,
has a very clear vision. And the eagle is a fearless bird. He will
yeah.
go for a prey that is bigger than him, but he will
Mm,
grasp it and he will fly away with it.
wow,
So the eagle in himself, he's fearless, he has a strong vision, he's strong, and he still has the capability of doing a lot of things. And that is the characteristic of a young person. Young people, why you sometimes see them approach amazing things. Of recent, I read of a young boy of 13 who entered the university to study, and he's not the only one. It's because their minds are not yet clouded so much with the sorrows and the worries of this world. So
wow,
they can still have a dream, a vision, and focus on that and have the endurance, to pull through. And that is why it's also important for them to have good leadership or good surrounding, because they're able to do great things, I believe.
wow, great things. Wow, they're able to do great things. I don't know if Stella Viva want to say something about uh, the fountain of youth.
I think my dear sister has really, or pastor has really packaged the whole thing very, very well.
Yeah.
So I think at this point I might not add anything on top because what she packaged was really powerful, and that is it.
Okay, exactly. Okay, so um, we would now want to talk about leaders because if young people can be empowered, they really need leaders.
Mm,
And the leaders, I mean, we talk about leaders
okay.
from family as a leader, leaders from the family. I mean, fathers, mothers, uncles, grandpa, grandson, and what have you. Big sisters, big brothers, they are all leaders as far as the family is concerned. And so, and then also we also check about community or the government as leadership factor. And then
Mm,
finally, we'll be on the religious institution or religious organization, also the leadership over there. And so we would want to talk about some of the qualities that the leaders have to possess. They need
that's
to
right. Mm,
exhibit
yeah,
in order for them to be able to empower the young people
yeah.
to do great and amazing things in
Mm-hmm.
the future. So,
Okay.
um, Stella Viva, yes, I can see the smiling face. And yeah,
You
okay.
see, so qualities of a leader. As
So,
leaders,
so
yeah,
we we can first take about the family leaders. Yeah,
the family leaders.
yes, family
Wow.
leaders. So
Okay.
we can tackle
As
that
a
one
family
first.
leader, as a leader, actually, you are a role model.
You are
That people look up to. So, a leader of the family, whether you're a woman or you're a man, or that doesn't actually matter. But because you are capable to lead the family, you are supposed to set some examples
okay.
for the children, for the whole family. So you also need courage. You
Courage.
need
Okay.
more courage. You have to have courage, self control. Without
Mm.
self-control, you cannot be a leader, of course. You have to control yourself so that those that behind you would definitely have the patience and love to learn from you.
Yeah.
You need, yeah, exactly, sense of justice.
Yeah. Yes.
Sense of
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Exactly. It's also part of, well, always having a plan. You
Yeah.
need a plan as a leader in the family. You need to have a plan. You also have to go extra mile, whether in the family, outside the family. You have to be prepared to go extra mile because it
Mm.
Wow.
will not be easy. It will not be easy for you as the leader because all are depending on you. And this one
Yeah.
goes whether in the family, outside the family, wherever. You need to go extra mile. You
Wow.
also have to have a pleasing personality, you know like a
Pleasing
personality, something
personality.
exactly you need to
So
have.
like a mother or a father or uncle
Exactly.
or whatsoever. Okay.
Exactly. The children or whoever, people needs to come to you, and you have to be like, I always say that, be like an ice water. You have to be cool, relaxed, so that people can, always come to you. You have to be in a place where people love to come to you,
Come to you.
where family members love to approach you with their everything.
Wow.
Without that, it can't work and it will not work. If you call yourself or you see yourself, I will not say if you call, because a leader is not being called, but God is the one who always chooses a leader.
Yeah.
Leaders are always being chosen. So whether you are in the family or outside the family, you need a lot of things, to push up so that the people can look up to you.
Wow.
um yeah, you also have to get understanding. Your understanding need
Understanding.
to be bigger. I mean, bigger than it is. And then trust and be truthful. Allow
Okay.
people to, yeah, to trust you, and always be true even to yourself. These are some of the qualities. It's more, but these are some of the qualities that a leader, or let me say, yeah, a leader of the family or outside the
I
family
want
need.
Stella, I want you to make it specifically like a mother should, a father should, you know.
A mother, as a
I want
mother or
specific.
as a father, because sometimes when I say a mother, people would think, men men are the head, but sometimes women are
No.
also, the powerful attach
Yeah.
the men. We, like the way I've said, so many things. We need self-control, we need courage. You have to have all these things. Always you have to have a plan. You draw your plan B, plan A, put all those things there, because you are the role model. At the end
Mm.
of the day, you're also the leader in the family.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
That is so amazing.
Mm.
So Laviba, so I want you to take two things from what you said,
Mm.
two qualities you said. The one being planning, good planning for your children, because your children, they're growing up to become the adults, all right, or to become the youth. So your children being the youth, what is the good planning for them? So I would want to, if you can make reference to your parents, it's okay. I mean, any planning they put in place that really helped you, and then the courage, the courage quality they exhibited towards you and your other brothers or sisters in your youthful days. I would want you to tell us what were the plan they put in place. Like, oh Stella, we want you to go here after school, after secondary school, we are taking you to abroad. After here, what can you give us some practical examples, or not more, few of them?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
okay,
Yes, of course. I mean, as parents, they always put some things, to there for you as
yeah,
a youth or as upgrowing child.
yeah.
Actually, my dad, I mean, my mom and dad, late dad, they taught, or they were planning, or their plans for my life, for me was, my mom said, Stella Weber becoming a pastor, and I was like, Jesus Christ. No. I thought, okay, thank you, mom. And then daddy was like, okay, when I was a child, I was just dreaming about, those uniform girl who look very smart and that. So
Yeah.
stewardess. So this are their thought. And the other one planning for me to become a pastor. I was like, okay, and that one is meant for you. So let's leave it over there. And then daddy was like, oh, you look very cute, very small like that. So, as you always want to look very cute, I think stewardess will be plan for you. But actually, God's plans was totally different.
Was totally different.
Totally
Wow.
different. And when that day pumped in, that Tel Aviv was not supposed, but like I have to leave the country
Yeah.
as a teenager, as a young girl. They did
Wow.
everything for me to leave Ghana and come to Germany. And it
Wow.
was amazing how the whole plan was like. I didn't know where I'm coming, and how cold this
Yeah.
place is. But they
Because
did make
you
sure.
were very young, right?
Exactly, exactly. They did make sure that all those things will work because their plans were totally different. But God's plan was, it doesn't have anything to do with their plan. That was the first
Wow.
thing. And
Wow.
then, you know, the other side, my daddy also and my mom, both of them taught me something, I mean, wonderful. And they made me understand that there is nothing that you cannot achieve on this
Wow.
earth. Everything that you want to achieve all depend on you. So first of all, you call your God and add the Father that we have unto it. So first of all, you ask Him. I keep on saying that there is a word that my mom keep telling me, but it's in account language. So,
Okay.
Bibi a adi nyinaa mu no, I think bisa Yesu say eye ana something like that.
Okay.
Whatever you
So
have to
in
ask
all
God.
things, ask God
That's right.
if
If it
it's fine,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
or if it
So
is good. Okay.
exactly. Giving was one of their passion. Dreaming
Okay.
big was the things that they were doing, and giving to the poor,
Mm.
being there for others. And that was what I was trained for. Right
Wow.
away, they taught me how to, do great things
Wow.
Yes.
using my
Amazing.
talent, given.
Amazing. Yeah.
So, whilst I came in here growing up, all these things start pumping in step by step.
Wow.
I didn't know what I was doing, but one thing I knew was there is nothing Stella Weber cannot do because that is what I was taught. That's how I was brought up. So
Yes.
fear was not part of me, has never be part of me because my father is one of the giants that I look up to, and daddy will just look at your
Wow.
eyes like this and say, I said you can do it.
Yeah.
Don't go and come back and tell me that. And it was a bit harder for me when I came, during those years. I got to know that, oh, Stella, no, this is not what I want. Maybe I have to go home. So I called my mommy. I was crying. I called her. But when my mom said, yeah, then come back, nobody is forcing you to be there, I look at myself and say, no, that is said there is
Yeah.
nothing you can do. So Stella, if ever coming back, it's not my portion.
Wow.
I will make sure that whatsoever they plant in me will just do what? Will just grow and then become a sister.
Wow. 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 So I could say your parents were very optimistic
Yeah.
about you, pushing you that, hey, you can do it. You
Mm-hmm.
can do it. And they also have the plans of helping you to, I mean, push further to travel also. It was also a good plan
I think
as
let
far
me come
as
in. There is something I think we pastors' children we have, you know,
okay.
and that I'm just wishing that every child will have it. We have, those women and men of God
Yeah.
who knows they are God, and they always plant that seed in us.
Wow.
So it makes us become stronger right away from our childhood. So it look like
Wow.
we are not afraid of anything. It's not like that. It is not like that. So I
Okay.
always wish that every child will have what we got. That's the reason why I always count myself among those people who are so blessed. It's not about money, but it's about having parents who knows Christ already.
Wow. Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
makes a
Wow.
difference. Yeah.
So amazing. So that is Taylor Viva for you. I mean, taking us as far as I mean the family qualities of leaders. I mean, she mentioned courage, optimistic. Parents should be optimistic. I mean, should open up to the young people and then able to get closer to them, and they can also get closer to the leaders, and of course they can able to maximize their potential or whatever God has, I mean, deposited in them. Okay, so as far as the leaders are concerned, we want to tackle another category of leaders. um, we go to the community or the government. What should they do, or what are some of the qualities that the government supposed to possess in order to help the young people in the country or the young people on the land to be able to reach higher heights and maximize their potential? So I will pick it from Pastor Amira, and then afterwards Stella Viva will also say something as far as the community is concerned. So, Pastor Mira, kind of let's.
So what I see, the community has to, the community, or let me put it, the government. Let me focus on the government. The
Yeah,
government should put in place to empower their youth to fulfill their destiny, I would say, or to have a great future, is to create an infrastructure for the youth. Putting
okay.
an infrastructure in place, which is number one, accessible for the youth, because sometimes the government creates things, or you know that there are funds available, there's money available, but
Yeah,
nobody knows. There's not enough information out there for the youth, or for the communication to the community to contact the government now to create projects for the youth. So it's very important for the government to have a plan in place for the youth, also regarding different backgrounds. So it's not
okay.
possible to put maybe everyone in one pot, but you can say that, okay, from this area they have this, you can even make like the same amount or the same planning for different groups, but there should be a plan for the youth in place. Is it facilities? Is it programs? Is it different kind of activities, events? There have to be things in place for the youth to keep them busy, but busy in a way that they're acquiring knowledge which is strengthening and empowering them, knowledge which is shaping their gifts and their talents, the abilities that they have. When I grew
Yeah.
up in Germany, I know that there were more more youth centers.
Responsibilities, bro.
Yes, but also more
Okay,
youth centers, like einfach Jugendhäuser, we call it,
That's right.
oder so, where you
okay.
can just, it was easy to access. You could just go and there are instruments. You could just go and there's a fitness studio. Until now, I know of people who built their music career because that was their gift, and they are being booked everywhere now from such a youth center. It started small, but it was given to them by the government. They didn't have to pay for that. They had how do you call it, social workers in place who will talk to them, who will go and
Yeah,
visit their families if needed, who will listen to their worries, to their sorrows, and who can also go to the government maybe to apply for anything the child or the youth or the young adult would need. So it's very important to pick that up again, because I am noticing it is getting lost because it is less interesting. The things that they offer are less interesting now, and the youth are getting busy by themselves with social media. I don't have anything against social media. I'm on literally all platforms, but they are getting wrong examples and the wrong picture of what they should actually follow. So they are
okay.
literally purposeless. Many youth don't have purpose currently. And the government, yes, we can say the parents should play their role, but the government also has to play a role in it.
Yeah.
We all have to come together to put it in place. So that's what I would say. Yeah, the government needs a good infrastructure, good planning, programs, events, and a way for information to come out so people can access it.
Okay. Wow, that is so wonderful. As far as the government's, I mean, role to help the young people. Excuse me. Yes. And Pastor Mira, I want to ask you that. Um, can you compare a little bit about African community to that of where you are or where you were born? I mean,
Okay, so if you mean
how
Africa, you mean
how is the
Africa.
government? Yeah, I mean Africa, your home country,
Okay,
your
yeah.
homeland, your
Mm,
home country. I mean,
yeah. So it is
how is
depending
yeah?
on,
Hmm.
yes, please. If I'm to compare, we opened the school 2019 with my family. It was from more or less our own pockets. We used to make small concerts, sing for the people, tell them what we want to do, and they brought money. So we opened the school in the village of my
Okay,
father because there was no education. So what I noticed while moving around in Uganda, that's where I'm from, was
okay,
that lots of projects for young people, for the youth,
okay.
are done by people like Stella Weber or me or you.
Okay,
You know, it's
individual
just
people.
like
That's
Okay,
right.
normal people who maybe are a bit more fortunate, or
okay,
people who just have a passion to see a
okay.
change.
Yeah,
So I'm sorry, but the government is not doing enough.
yeah,
And Uganda, if you look at the country, it has a very young population.
okay,
But there's so much lack of education. And if I mean education or empowerment, I don't just mean the school or getting a PhD, but the people, they don't, the vision for their future is lacking.
lacking. Okay,
Yes, so that is what I see back home. So
yeah,
here, I mean, to compare the two is not so fair because here we have water, here we have electricity. NEPA cannot take lights,
yeah,
So, but here I would say that the government, in as much you have more opportunities theoretically,
yeah,
because you don't know of these opportunities, you are just like those people in Africa,
yeah,
you know. So
That's right.
there,
yeah,
at least there, they have dreams. They will go to bed and they will have a dream, a vision. We are here because we are comfortable
yeah.
and actually have access to millions, but we don't
Wow.
know. So we are also we are visionless, and they have the youth there has vision, but based on the government, we are better off here because if something would be needed, it's a lot of paper bureaucracy. In German is the German word bureaucracy, but at the end
Yeah.
of the day, you get what you need, and the government is here interested in social projects because of more and more international movements happening within Germany, at least.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. It's very very deep. I mean, it's very very deep. Insight, hindsight, foresight. Wow, it's so amazing. Um, yes, our government back home really needs to improve a lot as far as these qualities are concerned. Because what I would see or I would say is that they also have potential abilities, likewise those in abroad. All
Yes.
right. Yes. But the leader's qualities is where we have the problem there. Yes. This
Yeah.
leader will use the little that he or she has gotten, will use it well, will use it in a manner that it will satisfy people. But this leader will use it in a different way.
Yes.
All right. Will use it in a different way. And that is
I
where the
think,
problem
yeah,
comes.
I
Okay,
think we
Stella.
need we need a selfless leader, a
Yes.
Okay.
leader who will see the youth as our future. There is the difference between you seeing something as mine future,
Yeah.
than you see that some people's future. So whatever there is a difference between, and the leaders that we have, they are a bit selfish.
Wow.
So they need to come out from this selfishness. We need a leader who would drive for the youth. We need
Wow.
a leader who will be in the shoes of the youth. We need a leader who will sit down with the youth, communicate with the youth. You see, when you see only those old people as yours, you invest your time and everything in them. But when you go extra mile and you see the youth as your future, you does what? You plan with them. You sit up with them.
Yeah.
You ask them what they need. You look all angle to search for the things that you need to empower them for them to
Mm-hmm.
become a good leaders.
Oh, yes.
Because I always say that who are leaders? All of us, we are leaders one way or the other. A
Yeah.
president, who is a president? All of us, we are presidents because all these people have been chosen in the community.
Yeah.
So they were once also a youth.
Like us.
But
Ah,
then,
yeah. They
exactly,
were once
they
like
know it's
us.
Mm-hmm.
only this one way lifestyle. This
Mm.
one way lifestyle is when I come on top there, I sit down and think about the whole country. The whole country, I do what I can do. But then who comes on top and become this selfless man who think about the whole African youth community, see them as our precious gift, decided to invest. Now we come invest. So investing means you create empowerment programs, youth
Yeah.
centers like we have here. You create so many activities. You use their skills, their talent. You plan. That's the reason why I
Yeah.
said this planning thing is not only in families, but
Yeah.
also it is for our leaders. As a good leader, you don't think about only one side, but you think about
Mm.
the whole country, and then you divided it. You come down. You like, I don't know how I can express myself for you to understand what I'm trying to say, so that you also have enough time for the youth and so that and communicate with them. Trust me, when you come to their level, I'm talking about their level, not the level that we
Yeah.
set for them. You experience a lot. They trust you a lot. They trust you with so many things.
Yeah.
Who are the leaders that we have now in Africa to be trusted with our problems as youth? So that's the first question that we have to ask.
Mm.
Do we even have youth minister? And if we have youth minister, how often does this youth minister sit down with our youth?
Mm.
How often
They have.
do we organize programs for our youth?
Mm.
Even in schools, how often do they organize empowerment events for the youth?
Wow.
So things are missing, not because we cannot do it, but
Yeah.
because we invest our precious time in different things. And the precious ones that we have, that they will one day become our best future or the future that God has given to us, we leave them alone.
Mm.
Wow.
We don't invest in them.
You leave them alone.
A blind
Yes.
person, if you leave a blind person, what do you think will happen?
Mm.
He will just fall.
Yeah.
They are also like children. Maybe we were like them before. So we've passed through a lot of things. So we know our left from right. But they were once children and now they are, climbing, trying to get. So what we have to do is we the adults, I'm talking about the ministers and everything, we have to make sure that we guide them, we invest in them. We open so many doors for them. If
Yeah.
not, we will always sit down and be talking over it and be talking over, and people like us will try and do what we can. But that is not
Mm.
all.
Yes.
That is not all, and it will not
Yeah.
be enough
It
because we
is
need
not
Mm.
enough.
more hands to be able
It
to
is not enough.
accomplish this
Even I
project
think there is,
or
even
this.
in our churches,
We are
we
coming
we
there. So yeah, you
okay.
can continue with the religious leaders.
In
So
our
you,
churches,
you can
it
continue from
goes,
there.
yeah, it
Yeah.
goes the same. It's the same. It's not only about the spiritual aspect.
Yeah.
We have to tell them the truth, reality. We are living
Mm-hmm.
in the word. We have to be very open to them. We have a leader. Let me put pastors aside and let me come to ourselves as individuals. If you find yourself becoming someone that the youth listen too much, you have to be very open. Tell them the
Yeah.
truth.
Yes.
Sometimes we cover up with the what do you call it, the quotations and the words in the Bible and stuff. But sometimes we need to come to reality. Let them know that when they go out there, these are things that they are going to experience.
Yeah.
So you empower them by telling them the truth. You work on their spiritual aspect, make them know whom they are.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you have to be extremely, go extra mile, like the way I said with them, so them
Yeah.
take their Zorgan, their Zorgan,
Their
um,
sorrows, their
their,
worries.
Their
exactly, take
sorrows, their
everything of it,
problems.
and then allow them. Here, this is the area that I have a problem with.
Mhm.
Allow them to do things by their own. Don't
After
force them,
teaching them,
teach them.
right?
Exactly. Allow them.
Yeah.
He or she will fall. But what she will wake up again and then learn from that experience. When you
Yeah.
always want to guide them, trying to like I always say that you make them like a headmistress or headmaster who is so strict.
Yes,
Well,
I know.
fear become part of them.
Yeah, sure. Whenever
Whenever they
they
are going to
see
do things, it's like,
him or her,
oh,
yeah.
no. This is when these skills come in. When you allow them to do things whilst you are there guiding them, you see their passion, you see how good they are, you see, the talent that God gave to them. They will go outside over there, and no serpent will or no snake will bite them.
Wow,
Amen.
wow, wow. Amazing.
Amen.
That is it.
Yes.
I left home at the age of 19. Here I am, and I
Yeah.
came here alone.
Mm,
You see, so when you give them when the foundation is solid,
mhm,
when the foundation is solid,
mm,
Wow.
nothing,
Wow.
nothing will happen. And I think we need to,
Okay.
we need people who are a bit sensitive,
mm,
who are or who will notice immediately that, oh, this place something is not right. We have to take a lot of things from them. I quite remember most of the youth that I was working for or being with those days. Everything that happened at home in the church, they will run to me. So everything was like, oh, everything they will be going to Stella, everything. But you know what? I was taking everything from them, motivating them so that they saw that I was somebody like, a sister, a friend, a mother. So it was very easy for them to, be with me. And I think this is what we need.
Okay.
This is what some of the things that most of the leaders need, so that the work will be a
mm.
bit easier.
Wow. 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 So, so amazing. Uh, wow. So La Viva is on fire. I told you this woman, when she set the tone and when she set the ball rolling, you could really see I mean, how it's going. I'm just really, really enjoying this program. And yes, okay, we'll be going for commercial break very soon. But then let me take up a few of the comments by our wonderful viewers out there. We have Bo. He said, "Speak the truths in love." Yes, that is George's. He said, "Fire, fire, fire." Wow. And I have Kissy Edward. He said, "Watching you, sir." Yes, I salute you, man of God. Yeah, Jinya May Multimedia. Yes, senior is a nice one. Yes, and then Nanasa Kode Junior, all the way from Germany. It's a beautiful smiles with brains. Wow, beautiful smiles with brains. Wow,
Thank you.
that is our wonderful ladies. Both speak the truth again. He said, "Fire, fire, fire." All right. So before we're gonna take the commercial break, Pastor Mira will touch on the religious leaders, some of the qualities that they need to, and those that are doing good, we need to appreciate, and yeah,
Okay.
but those
I
that are
will
not doing, my
I would
God,
touch on the few points Stella left for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the
Before we
very
go
few
on
points.
commercial break,
Yeah, but thank you very much, Ms. Stella, for the amazing input that you gave. I also made some notes
yeah,
as a leader, as a leader that is still upcoming. So thank you very much. An aspect of the religious leaders, one thing that came to me while Stella was speaking was unity. Unity,
okay,
unity, unity among the leaders, because as leaders, we serve as examples and space setters for the youth.
yeah,
So if the churches among themselves or leaders among themselves, there's a clutch, automatically there's a clutch among the youth, which hinders the empowerment of the youth, you know. And if we talk about youth, we actually want them to be empowered as a community. If I look at youth, I look at them as a community as a whole. So basically, the leaders have to unite. They have to learn how to unite, put differences aside, so that the children or the youth, pardon me, are also automatically united by what they see their elders do. Because
okay,
united we stand, united we conquer, united we are strong.
yeah,
Another thing that we have to, so the youth grow up with the understanding, if they did not find it at home, if they did not find it in the government, at least they'll find it in the church.
yeah,
Unity,
genau,
love,
yeah,
togetherness. So another part that is very important is that the leaders need to be knowledgeable. So a leader cannot base on his theories and strategies of 1950, if we are in year 2021. So he needs to be up to date. He doesn't need to follow every trend, is not what I'm saying. But I mean, even the Bible talks about we have to regularly, as God is renewing our youth, He's renewing our knowledge, He's renewing our understanding, He's renewing everything that we are learning. The telephone you used 10 years ago is not the same smartphone
Not
that
the
we're
same.
using nowadays. It's not the same camera, you know. So it's important that the leaders are also up to date so that they speak the same language with the youth. And the youth can trust them and also feel like, oh, he understands what I'm talking about. She
wow,
understands what I'm talking about in the church. That's why if you look at the King James Version, I have people who are new in the church. I will not, I will encourage them. Yes, you can read the King James, but here's the Amplified Version so that you understand the things in a more comprehensive manner, in a more comprehensive way. And that's where,
yeah,
for example, I love to read the books of Reverend Edmund Saki Brown,
okay,
because they're always very comprehensive. He explains a topic and everybody can
yeah,
understand it. So we should be able to do that. And yeah, so basically, that is what I would add in terms of the religious leaders be able to bring the knowledge of the Word of God, the doctrines, and the truth as well to the youth in a comprehensive, up to date way, in a language where they understand you. And once they come around, you can now, you know, mold them the way you want them to be molded, you know, like when you're making the dough for meat pie. That's
yeah.
what you can then do with them. Exactly.
Amazing, amazing. One of the points you stated that really interests me most or much is about um, if they don't get that knowledge or that empowerment from home, they will get it in the church. All right. So if they don't get it in the home, they don't get it from the community, they don't get it from the church, then where are they leading to?
Yes.
Heading to West.
Neither the church, neither the home, neither the
The
community. Then
community.
everything is in shambles.
Yes.
Everything is in a disgraceful and devastated future. All right. Before we go for a commercial break, right after commercial break, we will deal with what Franklin D. Roosevelt is. He was an American president who said, let's not build the future for the youth, but let's build the youth for the future. So, right after commercial break, we are going to tackle that. Let's not build the future for the youth, but rather let's build the youth for the future. That is what we're going to deal right after commercial break. My wonderful ladies, kindly take some drink or water or something, coffee or tea, and yes, in Studio B, and then you'll right back. So,
Thank you.
wonderful viewers, kindly keep your comments and questions coming. And my wonderful ladies will answer you right after commercial break. So, see you guys.
This program is sponsored by Fresh Manna Bookshop. Here you can get various types of Christian literature, such as books from Reverend Edmund Segebra. H&H Couture is a Christian online shop. There you can get many Christian fashion wear for yourself and family and also loved ones, such as t-shirts, hoodies, and many more.
This is indeed a doing of God. This is indeed a doing of God. God has done it again. Kofi Akoto Ministries and House of Solution present special album launch Blow My Mind, happening on the 25th of September at 6 p.m. prompt. We're gonna have a night of praise and worship. Also ministering Sue Ellen, J Nation, Lighthouse Family Choir, and Sandra Dabra. Come in the House of Solution with your dancing shoes. Venue, our Strasse 44 45 46 8. Be there or be nowhere.
You turn my life around, gave me reason to live again, Jesus. I call your name. I call your name.
Okay. Where's my
your pastor mom.
pastor?
Pastor mom.
She went for commercial, she didn't come back.
I'm here. I
She'll be
didn't
back.
leave. I stayed here, please.
It's like in those times when we were young, we go for break, and afterwards, some of the students will go home and not come back.
Wanna come back?
Do you know why? Because whilst they were on break, they saw their father or their mom. So they went home with their mom or dad. Okay, so yes, we are right back. Slavi, how was your commercial break? What did you do? How was it?
I stayed here.
Okay, so yes, wonderful viewers, yes, and the members of Grace Networking. Can you keep on sending your comments, or if you got any question, you can also bring it alongside. And my wonderful guests or ladies are ready to do majestically to that. Okay, so we are still on our show, How to Empower the Youth for Community Growth. And this has been an amazing, exciting, educative, wow, with a lot of reactions which has happened here in the studios of Grace Networking. Yes, when I say Grace Networking, you said the passion is big. Grace
Okay.
Networking.
The passion is
The passion
big.
is big.
Oh, your passion is not big. Oh. Okay, so the passion is indeed big. Thank you, my wonderful guest. Um, okay, so we want to tackle about the final statement that Stella Viba made, which was we need to prepare, involve the youth We need to involve the youth in what we are doing so they can able to know what we are doing and also do it as we are also doing. So that if one day we are not there, they can able to what? To continue to do it.
Yes.
Yes. And so this make reference to what Franklin D. Roosevelt, he was an old American president, very famous, who said, "Let's not build, let's not build the future for the youth. Let's not build the future for the youth, but rather, let's build the youth for the future." So, my question is, how do we build the youth for the future and not building the future for the youth? So, my passion lady, Stella Viva, why we should
Yeah.
build the youth for the future and not build the future for the youth.
So I just put something here, and
Okay,
the world is changing, and it's changing fast, much faster than our education system has so far.
okay,
Exactly. So we can always make the world the way we want.
yeah,
But one thing I know is we can prepare our youth for what it will be.
it will be okay,
That is the first thing. How? You know, encouraging them to follow their passions,
okay,
involving scholars. We can encourage them. We can encourage them. But if we did not add professionals,
okay.
we haven't done anything.
We haven't done
Whilst you
anything.
pushing the person, you also get someone who have a bit knowledge about what they are doing to
Yeah,
support them. That is the,
yeah,
you know, and volunteers from the community to mentor them. We need
okay.
volunteers, good ones,
Volunteers, okay.
good volunteers, also to mentor and guide them on how to plan,
Okay,
not only, and follow their passions the right way.
the right way, okay.
Exactly. Share with them success stories. You
Success
know,
stories,
in our community,
past
I
stories,
think
right?
exactly. There are some people
Okay,
who have really achieved great things in our community. I mean, we have great people around us. We have. I think we've gotten some president who did so many things for the youth that we don't know.
yeah,
We can search for such stories, and then you tell them of those things. Stories of the youth who worked hard and fought to achieve the sources they have now.
yeah, yeah,
These powerful personal stories will motivate and encourage them to do better, and counter any negativity messages surrounding them.
wow,
Yeah.
wow, that's so amazing. Yeah, okay. So, Pastor Amira, why we should build the youth for the future, but not building the future for the youth?
I totally go in alignment with what Stella Weber said regarding the fact that the world is changing fast and we cannot control the change coming tomorrow because every day we are having a new surprise. So, what we can do is to equip the upcoming generation. So, how to equip the youth, for example, is to give them values, lasting values, things number one, where you have seen that they have sustained you as well. Values, they don't grow old. So, values, if you equip them with certain values, they will give them the strength to persevere, to press through whatever challenge that may come in the future. Another thing is also to give them to work on their character. As we're
Okay,
growing up, we as leaders, you tend to have the spirit. You're able to discern. Let me call it the spirit of discernment. So you are able to discern characters also by experience. So there you can now start to shape their character by giving them advice, teaching them according to the word of God, of course, this is always the foundation. But also, for example, simple things like being humble, saying thank you, being friendly. I learned that things like this have taken me a long way.
Wow.
Because if your character is right, your values are high, there are doors that will open and they will never shut on you. You will walk through the door and you will conquer, no matter how the odds will say no. But if you
Yeah.
are lawless, you don't have character, you cannot behave, every door will shut on you. This is no matter of fasting and praying. This is a simple, basic principle. We
Thank you.
have to learn how to behave. You also have to know the people. You teach them also for the future, the people that they surround themselves with. The Bible talks about iron sharpens iron, but it
That's right.
continues to say that a friend sharpens the continence of another friend.
Yeah.
The Bible also says, be ye not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners,
Good
good
manners.
habits, good behavior. And if you don't have those things in place, no one will want to have anything to do with you. All odds will be against you.
Yeah.
So, teaching them values, teaching them character, the foundation of their lives should be the word of God, because everything, the earth will pass away, but the word of God will never pass away. It will always stay. That means it will always work for them, because he's the same God yesterday, today, and forever.
That's right.
So these things are very important to strengthen them. So if there's challenges coming their ways, challenges nowadays may not be a third world war, but it will be the morals that are being presented out there nowadays. In a world where good nowadays is bad, and the bad has turned out to be the good. They have
Wow.
to have a very strong value system,
Sister.
Yeah.
knowing that I am too good for this, or this is not right, this is not how I was brought up, and I am not going with it. At the beginning, you may think you are alone, but it will turn out you'll always find someone like you, but not everybody is bold to speak up. So, as you are bold enough to speak up, as they are bold enough to speak up and say, I don't stand up for this, this is not right, this is not the truth, trust me, they will always find people coming together with them. So this is something one needs to explain to them very well, that it is not
Wow.
wrong to base on your truth. Stand on it. Stand on your opinion. Stand on what you believe. Stand on what you stand on what you present. Stand on it. And trust me, you always have people coming your way. So this is what
Wow.
I would
Wow.
add. Why we have
So
to
so so so
prepare the
powerful
youth for the future, not the
for the
future for the
future,
youth. Yeah,
not preparing the future for the youth. Yes,
exactly.
it's so amazing. The little bit I want to chip in is, whenever there are two things here. Whenever you're doing something for somebody, it means you're always doing it for the person. The person will not be able to do it in your absence. But if you do for him or her for the first time, second time, you teach him how to do
Yes.
it. So that another time, come and do it. Try it. And the person will be able to do it.
Oh yes.
There's another thing here. Whenever you're doing something for somebody, that person becomes lazy, thinking
That's
that,
right.
oh, I'm okay. My mom is going to do it. Oh, my father is going to do it. So the young people will relax. Yes,
Yeah.
they will relax. It means you are punishing them in a way. All right. Yeah. So you, as the leader, have to know more than the young people.
The
So
young.
you got to tell him that, hey, my child, or hey, young people, I could be leading you, I could be doing this for you all the time, but it will not help you. So come on, take over, step forward, step up, take over, try something, and let me sit back and see how you guys are going to deal with it. By so doing, they were able to take that responsibility and try something. And it,
Mm.
and trust me, when they step up and do it, I tell you, they don't want you to even come closer again. They want to do
You
it
are
by
right.
themselves. They want to
You
do
are
it
right.
by
Yeah, you are right.
themselves.
You are
And
right.
it's really, they will always want to do and come and show you to you as
That's
the
right.
leader
That's
that
right.
mama, daddy, look, I have done it to this
Mm,
level. It
yeah,
Yes,
shows they are really developing and they are really
exactly.
you
moving.
are right.
All right.
Mm,
So I also entreat leaders out there, parents, religious leaders, or being a big sister or a big brother or whatsoever. Let's
Mm.
cultivate that habit of entrusting the young people, teach
Mm.
them what to do,
that's right.
and let them also do it.
Mm.
And let's see how they do. And
I think let me come in with this. The leaders also, they should know that when you are back, let me say
yeah,
you are sitting down right now and you are seeing the child that one way or the other you brought that child out. And the things that you taught that child is doing it, but doing it more than you could do, going extra mile. I think you get excited.
of
You
Mm.
sit
course,
down there and your
that is
heart
a
is
good
full of
reward.
joy.
That is the reward of it.
That is exactly,
That is the
exactly, and
reward of
that's
it.
the reason why we also need to like allow ourselves or play way for them also to do what to go through their own experience and achieve
Mm.
things by themselves. Because I can't remember those days. There are some people I can mention names. I love giving an example. AD from Lighthouse. The first time that I told AD, I gave AD that platform. I say we were having a festival, and I said you are going to do the moderation. The guy just keep going. He was like, "Nine, that's Spanish nation." And I was like, "What?" He said that the Spanish name. I say, "Okay, pass my off. Whether
Yeah, he
you
hasn't
like
done
it
it
or not,
before.
you are going to do it. Me, I don't care how. I don't know. Tomorrow
Yeah,
morning, I will have you on board, and then we know." And I tell you, when he came, I saw the fear, and I asked him. I said, "What do you think? Can you claim the the
yes,
profit?" And then and it was like, "My station." I said, "Okay, I've given you the job. Now here is the microphone. The platform is yours." And I tell you
wow,
how this guy did the work. It was more
so
than I could even
amazing.
ask him to do. The same thing we were going to sing. Eddie has never ever sing before, and then we were having the choir, and I said, "Okay, now we are a team, so it's about 25 people, and we are going to sing." Said, "No, manage." I said, "Oh, Abdul Dasman will hear this." And then we
Wow,
got there, and the guy sang, and I was like, "You see, you have a lot of talent in you." So
yeah,
sometimes we should allow them. The mistakes
Mm.
will come. As for that one, I think I have a way of doing my things. I say we learn through mistakes.
yeah. Okay,
Let them do their mistakes, and you, the leader, just correct or guide them or tell them that, "Oh, this thing you could have do it like this." But allow them, give them the way, so that at the end of the day you get the best out of them. Because one way or the other, we will all die one day.
Mm.
So we still need great leaders to continue the job.
Mm.
wow, wow. So amazing. So we getting to wrap up because our time is almost up. I think we
Yeah.
need to go part two. I mean, part two got to come because we couldn't finish. But then it's so amazing. Yes, we want to have our final words to the young people out there. I mean, so Pastor Miria, I mean, less than 1 minute, you can have a word, your final submission, and then also
Mm.
send greetings to all your loved ones and your enemies and
Hey,
everybody.
will I mention the enemies here? I don't have enemies, oh.
Really?
I don't
Okay.
know.
I think
The
even if they will love you, they will love you the way you are.
They need to know
invisible.
you
Yeah,
without
even
any.
if they will still love you.
Amen. Amen.
All right.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
exactly, I'll just quickly say this to you, young person, young man, young man, young woman, wherever you are out there. I just want you to believe in yourself. I want you to trust that you can do it. Trust the process. It doesn't matter where you find yourself currently. If the family is not so great, if the community is not so great, if you feel your government is not doing enough, if you feel like your church is not doing enough, you yourself, I just want you to believe in God, focus on God, get to know God, and He will give you your identity with which you will, number one, already be empowered, and number two, with which you will do great and mighty things. You can do it, believe it, and just step forward. We are seeing you and we are waiting for you to rise. God
Wow.
bless you. And greetings go out to my lovely husband, Emmanuel Nanabuache, who is
Wow.
also around. And then I also send greetings to my family, to my church, and to everybody, the entire Grace Network. God bless you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much, Pastor Amelia. And yeah, okay. So, Mama Stella,
Yes, yeah.
can you give us your final submission?
Yes, please, I will. To my wonderful youth out there, one thing I want you to know that I was once like you before, but through the boldness that I had, that it has brought me to this far. I want
Yeah.
you to know that there is nothing that you cannot do, as my dear pastor said. You can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. Fear, don't allow fear to become part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Take fear out of your lifestyle. Go to places bold like a lion. When you did not get it today, you will definitely get it tomorrow. Knows that there is a man behind, in front, beside of your life who will provide you all the things that you need. Never stand somewhere and uses this word that I can't. You can, because God knows you better than yourself. Knows that all the people around our community are behind you. You are not alone. Never feel like you are alone. Get yourself a trustworthy person that you can always cry on. If you do not get anyone to motivate you, dear, motivate yourself. I did it before, and if it can work for me, it will also work for you. Knows that our world today, our world, the world that we find ourselves today, is full of negativity. But you are not part of those things. Believe in yourself, stand strong, firm. Put the things that you want to achieve in front of you and keep focus. Get yourself good friends who will always motivate you, who will go the same way with you and knows that God is with you. My greetings goes to my family, my husband, my children, my all my people. I mean, Love from Africa, old and new members back home, those who are helping us with our projects. King Chopper, my great, I mean everybody, Andreas, High Six and the wife, Kuta Besaron. We send greetings to everybody around the world. And of course, my dear brother as well. Thank you so much for calling us on this platform. We salute your team, I mean the entire team, and we are so much proud of you for the good work that you are doing, or we are doing for the youth.
Wow. 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 So amazing. Uh, okay. So wonderful people out there. I mean, it has been so amazing coming your way. I mean, on the studios, or I mean, of Grace Networking on our program, how to empower the youth for community growth. The youth panel talk. It has been so exciting, amazing, educative touches. I tell you, our guest speakers have been so amazing. I mean, Sister Stella Weber and Pastor Amir. Wow, I told you what they are for and what they can do. And of course, God has really used them to really enlighten us so much. Yes, Today, we learn so much as far as young people understanding how we can be empowered, and then also, some qualities of leaders they need to, possess and to help the young people. We've learned a lot about how your leaders can be visionaries. Have vision for the youth or young people out there. How leaders should have good planning. How they should establish some development and trainings for the community, for the religious organization, for the family, and a whole lot of. We also stress on, I mean, the leaders building the youth for the future, but not building the future for the youth. It means they really need the inclusion of the young people in everything that leaders will do. By so doing, the young people will be able to understand what actually they need to do, and that can really propel them for the future. We have really had a lot today, and I strongly believe these amazing topics will really go a long way for reaching as many young people out there, for them to know that the leaders are ready to empower them. And leaders also got to know and understand that there's therefore the need to empower the young people, for them to take the baton for the next generation. Okay, so I want to take this announcement. Yes, before I leave my wonderful guest to go. Okay, let me read just a few comments from my wonderful viewers, because I really, really like comments. I really like comment and feedback. So these wonderful people have really, really made my day, besides my wonderful guest. So the likes of Nana Sarkodie, the likes of Gina May Multimedia, that is Nana Adolfo. Yes, greetings to you, sir. Also Solomon Kalzozi. Yes, Solomon. No Solomon, sorry. Solomi. Is this Solomi, yeah? Or Salome? Salome. Yeah, Salome Kalzozi. All right. So glory to God. Okay. So, and Nana Sarkodie said, "Thanks for your education, inspiring and motivating words. I believe our passion for success is refilled." Wow. So thank you very much, Nana Sarkodie, all the way from Hamburg, and then also all the people who made it to join us. Minister Kisi Edward, King George also. We thank you guys. Really love you for your passion and always following us. And all the Grace Networking members, I salute you wherever you find yourself. Asia, Chinchonchon, in Africa, North America, Europe, UK, where have you? Yes, one of our announcements is our hoodies are ready. I mean, we got a Grace Networking hoodies. Coming your way. We're gonna be launching also. So, on the next program, our wonderful guests will be in the Grace Networking hoodie. Yes, and it's gonna be something so colorful and so nice uniform with these smiling faces. I tell you. So, my wonderful guests, try your possible best and get the copy of Grace Networking hoodie. This winter, this Grace hoodie will really keep you, with much
Warm.
blessings. Okay, so we call it a day. As I also want to thank you, my wonderful guests, for your time. And it's not easy to move out of your comfort zone and other activities and to also be with us. We thank God and we bless you for what you have done. Thank you very much, Pastor Amira, and
Thank you very much, Sir
Stella.
Emmanuel. Thanks a
you.
lot.
Okay, so let's take and our special guest, Reverend Dr. Edmond Saki Brown. All
Paint pen is better than a sharp brain. Whatever you write down several years back, you can go to refer to it. So you are giving people something that they have permanently with them, they can refer. So that's one reason I prefer that the spoken word should be decoded.
Heute wird ein besonderer Tag für uns alle und wir haben eine besondere Gast, eine Gottesmann, soll ich so sagen. Und die hat was Besonderes, der möchte was mit uns teilen, seine Leidenschaft, was er gerne mag, was er liebt, in Kombination mit seinem Dienst, den Herr ihm berufen habe.
Der auch heute noch Wunder, Stunde um Stunde, Tag für Tag, Tag für Tag.
Personality, so I wanted to walk in a room with presence, and everything I had to say will be worth listening to. So I started not only losing weight, I started educating myself. I wanted to be the best in my field, an expert. I wanted to discipline my body. I'm in charge of you, my body.
God has done it again, no. He's done it again, no. Wonder, God, you are. Oh, you turn my life around, gave me reason to live again, Jesus.